So it's gonna be not as cool on camera, I suppose, but I wanted to show you guys the video of the moon while we're going out. And it's crazy, by the way, that we're headed out grocery shopping and the moon is already out. That's not, like, I like the time change. I like it a lot, and I'm all for it every year, and I adjust really easily and all, but it's still always wild to me how early it gets dark. Because it's what is it, like 6 o'clock maybe? Which I know is late for going grocery shopping. Huh?
5:55.
Oh yeah, so it's not even quite 6. Like, I know that's late for grocery shopping, but not for us, so anyway, I just thought I would show you guys because the moon looks really cool. In real life it looks really cool. It's a half moon, but it kind of just looks like a blurry bowl in the sky tonight, I suppose. Blurry ball, if I could speak. So I'm pretty sure over here is Venus though, and you can see that more clearly even though it's smaller. But alright, yeah, I'm gonna go and we're gonna get to shopping, and we will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. So this is gonna be a quick one because people are obviously up and watching me creep around their house, but this is a house I've been dying to show you guys, but they always turn their lights off really early. So yeah, it's really pretty, and they're our neighbors, so I don't want them to be freaked out, but I just wanted to show you. That's today's house. Bye. So, I mean, I don't know who all would be interested in this, but since Sandy from Crochet A had mentioned flavored creamers, I don't know what you guys get in Canada, but I figured I would show you some of the flavors that we get just because she was interested. So here's the special Sandy portion. There's a frosted sugar cookie, pumpkin spice. That one's peppermint mocha. More pumpkin spice. There's butter cookie, chocolate caramel, vanilla caramel, Italian sweet cream, and hazelnut. I like the hazelnut on its own. I know that's gross, but when Damon, yeah, the funfetti is the one I was talking about that I like too. There's the M&M. See if there's any different ones over here. Ooh, that door was loud. Here's the Almond Joy one. There's caramel macchiato. There is Cinnabon. That sounds good. Have you ever had Cinnabon?
I don't think so.
There's Southern Butter Pecan. What is this one? Irish cream. I think that's usual. Oh, there's one back here. Hold on. Amaretto. Damon's had amaretto. I know that. There's
this one's okay.
Cold Stone sweet cream. White chocolate raspberry. I think that's new. Like, I don't know if it's new, but I don't think he's had that one.
I have. It's actually really good.
Vanilla cannoli cream latte. What's behind this one? Because this goes up here.
This is the Hershey's. It just tastes like chocolate.
Hershey's like chocolate milk in your coffee.
Oh wait, that one's the chocolate caramel one.
Cinnamon vanilla cream.
That one.
Oh, chocolate caramel Hershey's.
This one right here is a really weird taste. So if you like really weird things.
What's back there? Hazelnuts back there.
And
then there's like some zero sugar hazelnuts. There's a couple different zero sugars down here. I'm gonna straighten this one up for him real quick. So, and then you got some zero sugars down here. So yeah.
I almost want to try the vanilla cannoli.
Oh, and then there's like almond creamers also, by the way, for those of us who can't have any kind of milk and cream and such. Like, I don't drink coffee, and Damon always gets these, and I'm not supposed to have like creamer and any kind of milky kind of things because I have a dairy allergy. But and this is where people get grossed out because I take shots of his, like, I like hazelnut, I like the funfetti. What else of yours have I liked? I like the pumpkin spice on its own.
The amaretto, the pumpkin spice.
I like the amaretto, yeah.
I'm not sure if you like the almond joy.
I don't remember if I tried the almond joy one. If I did, I probably liked it.
Definitely, You drank more of the funfetti than I did.
Yeah, I liked the funfetti. I don't drink it. It's not like I drink like a glass of it at a time, but I definitely went back for more shots later, like more than I did the other ones. Because I'll like at work, I'll be like, I need a little burst of sugar or something. So like I just went and take a shot of his creamer. I know that's gross. I know. Oh, there's also Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't see that up here. There's a Dunkin' Donut flavor. It says extra, extra something. Hold on. Just extra, extra. Made with real cream and sugar. There's a whole Starbucks brand. White chocolate mocha. I think Damon had a pumpkin spice from this one. Yep, right there. Pumpkin spice latte. There's a hazelnut latte. Caramel macchiato. Almond milk and oat milk. And then there's another dairy-free creamer over here from Silk. So there you go, Sandy. There's some of our creamers. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye. So since the other clip was really short because I had to book it past the house because people were actually in the kitchen or whatever is that window, and I did not want a creeper on my neighbors like that. We're downtown poke hunting right now. Damon and I are, after grocery shopping. And we have like 2 or 3 of these really like penthousey bougie apartment buildings downtown, and these are people who are decorating their apartment, like the balcony. Yeah, the balconies. I mean, which is cool. I mean, good effort, but I just thought they looked pretty neat, and like I applaud them for trying. So I figured I'd add this into the daily Christmas light viewing for you guys. Downtown is really lit up. Like I will do a little sneak peek. I'm saving that for a different day because there's a lot. Like downtown is pretty lit up, and like this is like a side road leading to downtown. So if that gives you some idea, there's quite a bit. So yeah, but yeah, there's just a little sneak peek, and yeah. So all right, we will talk to you later. Bye guys. Hey David.
You're already laughing. You haven't told me yet.
What kind of cars do elves drive? Toyotas. Do you know where Santa stays on vacation?
No.
In a hotel. And on that note, it's Advent time. I think, what are we on, day 13? Abby, you want to find day 13? What is it? Oh, Dad's helping you cheat. What is it? The bones again?
Mm-hmm.
Bones. She got 3 of them. Finally, she got 3 of them. So it's not just me getting 3 for her. Good girl. Abby was co-host last night, by the way, Dad. She did a great job. Everybody loved her. Everybody said how cute she was. Did a good job, huh? She's like, I always do a good job. Thank you. Ready for tomorrow's already, huh, Abby? Yeah. Say bye, everybody. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing? So today is day 13 of Vlogmas. Yes, day 13. I'm with it. Day 13? No. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. Wow. I slept a lot today, by the way. So I can't even blame being tired. Maybe I have overslept. I don't know. I'm actually still kind of sleepy. Maybe I'm already just confused because this was the first day of my vacation. Hello. So, yeah, that being said, as I said yesterday, today was, as expected, just like it was a normal day off because like my first 2 days of vacation were going to be like my days off anyway. So, I just like, did some stuff around the house and did grocery shopping and all that kind of stuff. While we were out, Damon was like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't really want to. He didn't want to cook. He didn't want to wait around for any of us to cook. He just wanted to get some fast food. So we ended up doing that. Actually, we got Arby's, and came home after that, and then hung out at home for the rest of the evening. After that, I've been crocheting after that, so that's like where my day has been pretty much. Like I feel like I took several little clips of things, like just random things, sort of. Whether or not they all make it in the video, some of them are silly. Yeah. And also, like, I think I put in this little clip the other day of when I was at work and I went out to my car and I found one of my Santa hats and I didn't know it was in there. Well, I thought I only made one red Santa hat. Apparently I made two I made like 4 or 5 last year because I sold some. But apparently I made 2 for me. It's got to be either that or somebody didn't buy one that was supposed to, and that's how I ended up with the one in the car. It's got to be. Because this one is, because when I found it, I was like, oh, I thought I had that at home. And I did, because this is the one that I had here at home. So I decided to wear it. Which, by the way, if you like the look of this one, this is all faux fur. Lion Brand's the faux fur that they have. And this in particular is, it's also Lion Brand. Feels like butter. Actually, my pattern feels like butter. I think this one in particular was made with, because this is not feels like butter now that I went like this. This one in particular was made with the Joann's, just their version of Super Saver yarn. Big Twist. That's what this one was made with. Yeah, for sure. But I do have a video tutorial for this. It's called Santa's Favorite Hat, if you are interested in it. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cute. I liked the thought of making the brim all in one, like attached to the hat with the faux fur, just in big stitches. And that's how my pattern goes. I never actually released a written pattern for it. I mean, I could, for those of you that like to follow along with the pattern, like maybe next year, because I can't imagine now that the holidays are almost over, that would be a big hit, but maybe for next year, if anybody would be interested in that. I could pose that question maybe in Vlogtober or something next year and see if anybody's actually interested, and I could write out the pattern and release it. But yeah, so, but this is a video, and if you're interested, I could link it. If not, like I said, if you want to just look it up, it's called Santa's Favorite Hat, and I do have a playlist of the tutorials that I have, and it's in there, so yay. yeah, today was Sunday, so no mail to update you on. So I don't know about that package. I definitely slept in. I slept in until pretty late today. Got a late start. I played a little bit of Pokemon Go. That's been a reoccurring theme. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Before I came home to crochet and work on my super secret project, Damon has been really teasing, like speaking of this hat actually, Damon's been really teasing me for one of them. He wants a black one, and I had picked up some hot pink faux fur when it was on clearance like last year, specifically because he was begging me last year to make it for Christmas, to make this hat for him for Christmas. He wants it hot pink and black. So if I don't get super secret project done pretty quickly, I'd like to get it done on this vacation. I'm going to have to stop it and make his hat, because he is going to see his family for Christmas Day, and he would really like the hat for that. And he has a big head, so it's going to be some extra yarn. So, and he knows that he likes the Feels Like Butter yarn, so I'm glad I already have that. I had ordered some extra black yarn in that before, because I really like the Feels Like Butter yarn too. Like, I'm a big fan. Have you guys used that? Have you used it and felt it? Like, especially once it's worked up. I love that yarn. Like, so much. But yeah, so I may have to pause this project. I don't really want to, but that Santa hat is definitely time sensitive. And he didn't like, my hands weren't like being wrenched behind my back or anything. But when I got that, neon orange was also on clearance, because they were kind of getting rid of all those neon-y colors of the faux fur. So I had gotten some neon orange also, because he was like, how cool would it be if I had the black and pink and you made yourself a black and orange one, like in Halloween colors. So I'm not going to make mine for Christmas. I mean, that would probably be a Santa hat for me, unless I made a witch hat. But I probably would make it just a Santa hat for Christmas time too, so we could match a little bit, because we're weird like that. Like, I made him a couple different rainbow hats. I made him, I don't think I have any around here right now, but that Red Heart Roll With It tweed yarn that they had, Joann's clearanced that out, I think, a couple years ago. They had one that was called like Crayola or something, and it was a lot of primary colors. So it was rainbowy, and one like ball of it, one cake of it was enough to get 2 hats out of it. And I made him a hat and me a hat out of it. So we had like matching, just like the stocking hats, you know, like I made the tube and tied, you know, sewed it off at one end. So like nothing fancy by any means. But I made that, and then, because he was really wanting rainbow hats at the time. And then I had made, it was a mandala, the sparkly mandala in the color Hercules. I remember going through and like cutting out all of the browns in that, and what you're left with is essentially a rainbow. Like, I think there was no like purpley color in it or something. Like, they put brown in it instead or something, which I didn't mind that, but like it wasn't really rainbowy with it in. So I remember going through and like that was the color coordinating that color controlling that I did, was cutting the browns out of it. So somewhere in all my scrap yarn, I have like glittery brown somewhere. It's all from that. And then I doubled the yarn because it's a size 3 to make it a thicker hat. And they're the same style, like just the stocking hat kind of thing. But I made both of us like double thick hats made of that, because they were kind of rainbowy. I think that was the first one I made, and he was like, I mean, I like it, but it's not real rainbowy, because he was being diva-y about it. And then on top of that, the sparkle made his head itch. So I was back to the drawing board, and that's why I made the Crayola one. And he likes that one much better than the other one. And then I think that I had another yarn to make him a rainbow one, and then he got obsessed with the whole black and pink Santa hat idea. So I'll probably make him that next. The things we do for those of us, those that we love, right? Anyway. Yeah, but I may have to put a pause on and make a Santa hat for him and then get back to it. Like I told him if I didn't get it done this week on vacation, and like I should, there's no reason not to, except for the fact that it's obviously thread and it's quite a big project. So here's hoping. I don't think I have a lot more to say because nothing else really happened today. I did not start reorganizing anything in here, partly because I slept late and then David was asleep, so I didn't want to make any noise if I like moved boxes around or dropped anything or, I don't know, excited Abby or... because David's a very light sleeper. So I did not want to wake him up if I could help that. So I will probably save any like reorganizing and such for some of the days that he goes to work, which won't be until like Wednesday. So there's that. Like right now I am staring at, because I want to like get rid of some stuff. And like I'm staring at this bag. Speaking of things that I bought for Damon, I have this bag from Joann's. I'm pretty sure it was Joann's. Of, you know the loop yarn? It's like blanket yarn, but it's loop it yarn, which I don't know how you guys feel about this yarn, but I hate it with a passion. And Damon wants a pillowcase, or basically a pillow, because he'll want to fill it, of course, and use it as a pillow. He wants a pillow made out of that so bad. And I think in like my first videos I was talking about it. That's how long I've had this yarn, because I was putting it off. And I was thinking like, at first I was thinking I could, I don't know, crochet with the yarn and just have the loops sticking off of it. So it was kind of like when you petted it, you petted the loops. You weren't actually like finger crocheting or finger knitting with the loops like it's intended for. And then for a while I had resigned to, no, I'm just going to finger knit it and get it over with and use the stupid stuff. But now I'm kind of thinking maybe I could use a different, it's all pink. Maybe I could get a different pink yarn and crochet, trapping that into place, and it would still have the loops sticking off it, because I think that's what he really wants. He thought it would be with the loops sticking off of it. That was his great idea when he first saw it. And like, I'm just seeing a headache in my future is what I'm seeing. I don't enjoy even the thought of that yarn. But if I got that done, that would get that stuff out of here. Not thrilled about that one, that's for sure. But yeah, because then like, I don't know, first and foremost, I need to get this thread project done. That's what I need to do. And then what I really wanted to do, I actually made a comment on, Ella's video tonight. What I really want to do is like that, Movie and Stitch collaboration that I'm still lying to myself and saying I can get done. Because I'm not doing like Ella's doing a different square with a different, look to it and everything for each movie. I'm basically doing the same square with the same yarn I have 3 different colored yarns as borders that I'm just making a basic pattern with out of those. It's just a basic blanket. And then I'm doing some little ghosts. I was thinking about designing a little tombstone or something to go with it and then sewing those onto the blanket to make a Halloween blanket because I'm watching all horror movies. If you haven't watched any of my videos for that, they're all horror movies. And what I was thinking about doing is condensing a bunch of them into a movie or a video, like a few videos, instead of doing I movie, you know, J movie, like each one, maybe doing like I through L and sitting there and watching all those movies and crocheting a bunch and then just making the video and talking about it. So we were talking about, because I still like the trivia part, and I think you guys might still enjoy the trivia part of it. And I know there's some horror fans out there, because I know we always talked about the movies when I talked about them and stuff. So, plus I'm pretty sure that my L movie was Lost Boys, and I have been so into that movie lately. Like, in between my Stranger Things ranting and everything else, I have been just so into that movie. So, which isn't even a Christmas movie, right? I should be into like Christmas like thoughts. I'm dressed in a Santa hat right now. But like, yeah, I have been so into that. So like, I do want to get to that stuff. So like, maybe I'll put out like 3-4 more videos in the series, but they'll cover all the movies through Z. And then I'll just have a finished project that I've been working on throughout all of the movies, because I want to get it finished and have it done and just be like, yay, look what I did, to show that it's done. Plus, in like January or February or so, I usually have, like, I've started doing the series that's like my blanket extravaganza, because that's what I do. I have blankets. And this year, I feel like I haven't completed very many blankets. Like, I have a lot started, but I really need to get with it and finish a lot of them. Like, I have my Moroccan Nights blanket from when I did the review on them, and I wanted to make them all into a blanket. And the blanket is not finished, not because of the Moroccan Nights yarn, because I stand by what I said. I really like the yarn. But the yarn that I'm using to join it, because I wanted it to be black, and I needed it to be a thinner, like a 3-weight yarn. I had chosen Hobby Lobby yarn that was like that baby bee yarn or whatever. And I don't love that yarn, first of all. It's really staticky. Like, I know like hair and human hair, dog hair and everything else like kind of gravitates towards any kind of yarn, especially if you're working really fast with it. But like, it's really staticky. I don't like that about it at all. And another problem is there were so many colors of Moroccan Nights, and I did them all up in full strips, all of them, so that everybody could see all of the color changes, that the blanket would be like, have you seen those temperature blankets that people do when they don't quite realize how long the blanket's going to be? So it's not wide enough and it's crazy long. That's what the blanket would be like. So I was trying to think of different like ways to join all the strips, because I had already started doing them in a continuous join, since I like doing it that way. When I realized it, I don't really want to take out like 2 or 3 balls of that awful black yarn. I might make them into 2 separate throw blankets. I don't know. But I do need to start thinking about joining them and finishing them. And just getting that project done. Because, like I said, I do like the yarn. I don't know. It makes me, like, mad with myself because I didn't get it done yet. Yeah, like this year was like the year of unfinished blankets. Next year I'll do better. And if I hadn't started the thread project, I think December probably would have been my finish up projects month, to be fully honest. Maybe January will be my finish up project month instead of my start new project month. Maybe that's what I'll do. And then I'll wait till February to have my blanket extravaganza. That seems like a good plan. I'm glad I thought of that. Thank you for giving me that idea. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Because, like, man, do I want to get into my cloud cakes and my crystal cakes. By the way, unless I didn't check today again, I haven't checked since I put the order in. But I went on to, I want to say either Friday night or Saturday night, I went on to my Michaels app for no good reason either. Like, I don't think I had any, like, inkling of an idea. Like, it just popped into my head. So I guess it was an inkling of an idea, but I didn't have any, like, insider information or a hint about it or anything. But I was like, let me check again and see if the brown anniversary cakes are on the Michaels website. So I opened up my phone, I looked at the app, and they're there. So for anybody who is still looking for the brown chocolate fountain yarn, anniversary cake yarn, as of the day I ordered it, it was there. It was on the Michaels app. It was there. So I ordered some. Well, and it was still $19.99, by the way. I don't know if it is today, but it was then. In fact, all of the Caron cakes were on sale. I know because I ordered some more stuff to get to the free shipping, which was still going on too at $49. See, I told you, it all innocently starts with 1 or 2 cakes of yarn, and then I'm like, but for the free shipping. I also noticed that some new colors of the crystal cakes were up, including, I think it's called Sunkissed, but that, like, fiery, sunsetty, fall-ish color that I had been eyeballing that was never available, that was there. So much like the brown rattan, when that became available, I ordered 3 of those, I believe. Enough to do, like, not have to pair it with anything and make a shawl out of, for sure. And or have some left over. I mean, or maybe it would pair nice with the rattan for a blanket. The colors do look really nice, and I bet they'd look nice together. I have to see them side by side, so I have to wait for the order. And then, so there are new colors of that available. And somebody was saying, I think it was Sandy, actually, Crochet A. I think it was Sandy that said the cloud cakes were, like, none of them were available anymore. And guess what? They were back in stock. So, I resisted the urge to buy a crap ton of those, but, I really wanted at least one more. Do you remember I said I wanted one more of the Merlot, that deep red? So I did get another one of those. So, because then that'll make 2 for me, and I can mix it with some of the graphite, because I had specifically got more graphite than other colors, because I wanted to mix it with that and another color. And yeah, so I thought that would be nice. So I have a little bit of yarn coming. I haven't told David yet. But just so you guys know, there are things back available if they were out. There are new colors of things available that were not before. And yeah, that chocolate fountain anniversary cake as of the other day was available again. So I'm just saying. I'm so excited about that because I definitely am going to hoard that until I make a blanket out of that too, speaking of blankets. Oh, I'm so happy that came back. I was already writing it off. I was like, well, that one's not going to happen. But I'm pretty sure I will definitely have enough for a blanket now. Anywho, I'm done talking about that in case Mr. David is eavesdropping. He's been known to, so I'll eventually have to tell him because I'm sure I won't be lucky enough for it to be delivered while he's sleeping. So I was about to say, let's get into the Stranger Things advent calendar. But, I mean, yes, let's get to the Stranger Things talk. But she did finally start updating again. And the next yarn that she updated was Murray, which was driving me crazy because I said I couldn't figure out why it was the different tonal blues mixed with, you know, she calls it lilac, which, I mean, yeah, okay, lilac. When I was saying it was like kind of a pinkish. So yeah, lilacs and grays and stuff. I meant to literally write it down so that I could tell you exactly what she said, but I didn't. If you're interested in the exact wording, she is linked first thing on my description for the whole month of Vlogtober. So her Facebook there has Murray on it now. But basically, she wrote a pretty long thing where she recapped Murray also. And then she was saying that one of her favorite moments with Murray was when like little Erika called him Mr. Bunman. And he was like taken back by being like basically bested in wits or whatever by, you know, like a 9-year-old or however old Erika is. He was just kind of like, and she wanted to show, she said, that there was more to Murray than just like black and white or whatever, or like what meets the eye, and more than what you would expect from him, because there's so many different like layers to him, and it's not everything that you would expect, which I agree with. Like, the more airtime that Murray got, the more you really got to see, like, when he opened up to Alexi and they became friends and he actually cared about Alexi. And then when it was pretty apparent that he was friends with Jim and not just like trying to use Jim for getting his name out there as uncovering controversies and using him as the police detective, you know, name in his life or whatever. There is more to Murray than just some like weird kook who like lives in a basement or something somewhere. And I get that. So mystery solved. That is what she was going for. And I totally get that. I totally dig that. I won't have to mention it again. So if any of you were curious cats as much as I was, that's your answer. I'm so happy that I finally got to know what she was thinking. So, yeah. Anywho, Murray. But on today, 13. Okay. So, day 13. Will this be Hopper? I don't know. 13. Like, there's still so many good characters left. Like, now that Karen Wheeler's been a character, I want badly for there to be a Ted Wheeler. Badly. I feel like there's not going to be, because most people either didn't really care for Ted or just kind of overlooked Ted, basically. I feel like there should be an Erika. You guys know that I love Erika. I feel like there should be a Keith. I'm not really sure if anybody noticed Keith like I did. I'm not sure if anybody liked Keith like I do. I adore Keith. My friends all adore Keith now because of me. I feel like when I wrote him like into my fanfics, I gave him like a lot of personality that maybe the show didn't give him. So that might have been on me more than people actually liking him, I guess. But I mean, I liked him for some reason, so it wasn't just me, right? So I'm really hoping there's a Keith. There still needs to be Hopper, Steve, and Dustin. Actually, we haven't seen any of the kids, right? So like there needs to be a Will, a Mike, and a Lucas also. So Will, Mike, Lucas. Like surely there's going to be Will, Mike, Lucas, Hopper. I would assume there's going to be a Steve. And then an 11. I would also assume there's going to be a Joyce. I would love for there to be an Aunt Claudia, but like there's a solid 7 that there has to be, right? So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. That leaves, I think, if I'm counting this right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, there's room for like 6 other ones. I would really like that to be Erika, Keith, Mr. Clark, Aunt Claudia, maybe, there's so many like side character possibilities. Oh, Dr. Why can't I think of his name? The doctor, I had this problem the other day. The doctor that Paul Reiser played that replaced Dr. Brenner. This is going to kill me. He was my favorite of the doctors, obviously, because he was the one that turned nice. I guess it really doesn't matter anyway. Like, you guys are probably like, shut up about all the side characters. But that's going to drive me crazy until I think of it now, though. Are you guys screaming it at me right now at home? My head is going Dr. Paul Reiser. I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen because I know it. I'm going to have to move on because this is just going to be dead silence otherwise. That's going to drive me absolutely up the wall. Doctor. What is wrong with me? Okay, we're just going to move on. Oh, it's driving me crazy though. You can't tell I'm a nerd, right? Anywho. Why is that so hard to remember? Because, like, in my head, like, there's plenty of scenes where Hopper just calls him Doc. And now I can't think of his actual name. Wow. Okay. Yeah, really, this time I mean it. I'm going to stop wasting your time. I am totally going to have that on the bottom of the screen, though, because that's so annoying that it's unreal. That's the biggest brain fart I think I've had. Or I'm going to go through talking about whoever this is. It'd be funny if that was him, wouldn't it? What are the chances? And I'm going to be in the middle of it, and then I'm just going to be like, oh, it was Dr. this. Anywho. All right, so you know the drill by now. We're going to discover who this is together, and then I will have a picture of them up. And then I'm going to go through a recap and maybe an opinion or two, depending on the character, of who it is and how they fit in the show, and maybe some spoilers into season 4, depending on who it is, and if I know anything that may happen with them. I don't know, because I watch a lot of the like spoiler dirt mag type videos channels about Stranger Things, of course, and then I'll take the picture away, so if you're not interested, you can just fast forward, and then
I will review the yarn or not review it, reveal the yarn. I am just like messing up left and right today. That I really got thrown off not being able to think of his character, because like I really like his character. I can't for the life of me. That's so annoying. Anyway, I'm not gonna get stuck on that again. All right, are you guys ready? I love the reindeer bags too. Like, they're so cute. Okay. Does that say... No! Does that say what I think it says? Does that say Erika? It's Erika! Yes! It's Erika! Okay, I'm ready for this. Picture up right now of Erika. Okay, Erika. Erika, also known as one of Heather's absolute favorite side characters. Erika is Lucas's little sister. She has been in season 2 and 3. In 2, very briefly. She was at the table. No. Well, yes, but she was in the Halloween episode when he was in his little Ghostbuster outfit, and they showed all the like moms and everybody taking pictures of the kids. She was with the mom, and she was like silently making fun of Lucas, like as the mom was taking pictures of him and stuff. Whenever Dustin tries to reach Lucas on their like walkie-talkies and stuff, if Lucas isn't there, she'll pick up, and she'll say stuff like, "You need to shut your mouth," and like hang up on him. She's very spunky. Erika is. She's a brat for sure in most of all the show. She doesn't have a big part in season 2. She has a bigger part in season 3 because we'll get to it. In season 3, when Dustin intercepts the Russian code and he brings it to Steve, and coincidentally Robin overhears it. So Steve and Robin are trying to help him break the Russian code. Excuse me, sorry. They do break it, obviously. And they need to try to figure out how to get inside the mall and surprise the Russians, basically. So like the way they figure out how to do that is when they get the blueprints, they need to get into the mall via the vent system. And like at first Dustin thinks he's like, I can do it because I have dysplasia of some sort. Like that's what makes his teeth not grow in, right? And all this kind of stuff. But I apparently can also like crack his bones in and stuff, like stuff hasn't grown in right, or it's really flexible or whatever. So he thinks he can cram himself in, and even Dustin is not small enough to get into these air vents. So Erika has been showing up all summer with her friends, just being a brat, because that's what she's been. And ever since the mall came to be, she comes into Scoops Ahoy, which is the ice cream place they work at, and basically like demands free samples all the time. Like the whole visit, she's like, I want a sample of this, I want a sample of that. And they end up with like a free good amount of ice cream, like all the time, every day. And so Steve and Robin and Dustin bribe her with a ton of ice cream if she will gear up. They have like a little headset with with flashlights on it, and I think they give her a walkie and all that. And they get her into the vents to get her inside of this Russian facility. And all they need her to do is hit this button, and it'll open up like this big door, and then they can get in. But no one can fit but her. So she bribes them into free ice cream for life. And like while that talk and debate is going on, and like while she's telling him what she wants and everything, that's where my favorite line comes from that she has, which is like Dustin's trying to talk her into this being her patriotic duty because it's like helping them against the Russians and whatnot. And he's like, he says something to the effect of, don't you want to do this for your country? Your country needs you or whatever. Don't you think that you should for your country? And she's eating her ice cream and she's like, you can't spell America without Erika. And he's like, that's strangely true. So that's where I get it from. Like, to me, it's like, it was just like the funniest thing ever. And it is strangely true. You can't spell America without Erika. Thank you very much. And so they end up on this like wild adventure because they get inside, but they get trapped inside. The room ends up being an elevator, and it like plummets them down into the depths of this Russian underground lair where all the secret Russian stuff is. And they have to walk this, they avoid the Russians initially that come into the elevator in the morning when they had gotten stuck in there. And then they have to walk this like, I don't know, billion-mile long tunnel. And they learn a lot about Erika in this time, like Dustin does, because he really talks to her, like while Steve and Robin are talking. And after Steve and Robin get captured by the Russians and interrogated, poor Steve and Robin, by the way, like side note. Oh, Robin's another character that I would like to see in there. Anyway, total side note. After they get captured and Dustin and Erika are up in the vents again, like, because I guess after the initial vent, Dustin can get around in the air vents with her. And they're crawling around in there trying to figure out like how to get around and get to somewhere where they can either rescue Steve and Robin or go get help. And he learns a lot about her there too. Like, he learns that basically she's a nerd because he like comes to that conclusion because she does like math problems like that. Like, she's just like, we walked this distance and it took roughly this time, and if we have to go back at this speed, and you know, like, I mean, just like numbers just flow out of her like nothing. And so that she was like really great at math. And so his reasoning is, you're a math genius, you're political, and because of the whole like besides the you can't spell America without Erika talk, she had been talking a lot about like communism and stuff like that, and socialism, I think. And and then his final like argument was that she carried around a My Little Pony backpack, which I wouldn't have considered that a nerd thing. Like, I guess I'm a nerd too, is the thing. And when I was little in the 80s, I liked My Little Pony also. But I guess that's a nerd thing, according to Dustin. And of course, you know, she was like calling him out on it. And she's like, how do you know so much about My Little Ponies? And he's like, because I'm a nerd. There is no shame in Dustin's game. So, and then, yeah, like I had mentioned with the Murray yarn, like when they get out, like she's very brave too. When they were down in the tunnels, she found this like electric cattle prod thing because Dustin had told her about the like the Demodogs, the Demogorgon and stuff, and the Mind Flare. And she was basically like, how big is this thing? And, you know, he's telling her how big it is, the monsters. And she's kind of like, we can use this, you know. They do end up using it to rescue Steve, actually, and Robin. But like, she's a brave little girl. And for her age, like, especially, she's like 9-10 years old, and she's very brave and like a real smart mouth little girl. And when they get out and, you know, everybody's out, like they get Steve and Robin out of there, and Steve and Robin have been like drugged with like, I don't know, truth serum, but they're like really drugged, like high, and they're being crazy. And it's like they're drunk. But they get out of there and they meet up with everyone else, and Murray starts trying to tell them off, because Murray's a smart mouth guy too. And like, that's when she says, you know, like, I don't know who you are, who you think you are, Mr. Bun Man, and, you know, like purposely missaying his name, like just being a jerk to him, because she's a little pistol. She's a firecracker. Like, and it pretty much takes Murray back, you know, like he's like, What? She ends up going with, like, when they all do split up their separate ways, and Hopper and Joyce and Murray go into the underground area where the Russians are to try to close the gate. And Dustin has to go up to Cerebro to be the communications guy. He ends up contacting Susie up there. And everybody, like, when the other kids and Nancy and Jonathan are stuck in the mall and all that, she goes with Dustin and Steve and Robin. And she's actually the one when they're doing their little song number for the Neverending Story. And she's kind of like, what? Like, she had said something at some point even. And that's when Susie was like, who is that? Because Susie was kind of like insecure or whatever, I guess. And Dustin had to be like, oh, no, it's nobody. Like, and at one point they were being stupid at the very end, like stupid, kids, like, I love you. No, I love you, or whatever. And Erika's just like, enough. And she turned it off. She's firecracker. And at the very end of season 3, they gave, like, the Will and all of them, Joyce was moving them to what we now know for season 4. So here's a little spoiler, I guess, if you don't watch it. If you don't watch any of the spoiler stuff, she's moving them to, or if you didn't watch the previews, because it's in the actual Stranger Things previews. She's moving them to California. And which I'm sure they're going to end up back in Hawkins. Like, I hope so. But she took 11 because they assume that Hopper's gone. And she took Will and Jonathan and headed out to California. But when they were packing up the house to move, Will took his D&D stuff and put it in like a donation or a throwaway box or whatever. Donation, I think it was. And Mike was telling him, like, no, that's not the keep box. You should keep your D&D stuff. Like, what happens if you want to join another party out there? And, Will is already like, I can borrow your stuff, when I get back, or if I come back to visit or whatever. Cause he's like, I won't want to join another party. It's you guys or my party. Like, it was a like sweet little moment or whatever. But what Dustin ended up doing with it was he took the D&D books and he took them over to Lucas's house and gave them to Erika. So it was kind of like a, you're in our party now kind of thing, which was really sweet to me. And I loved it because I'm an Erika fan. I think a lot of people are. So yeah. So, I mean, that was really sweet. I know in the graphic novels, I don't think it's been released yet. It's still on like a pre-order, I think, but it's called like Erika the Wise, so she's the subject of it. The synopsis, because you can buy them on like for the Nook or whatever. Or is that the Barnes & Noble? For the Barnes & Noble version, is that the Nook? You can tell I don't really. But for whatever that is, you can buy them from Barnes & Noble. I know that. I haven't yet, just because I like having the physical copy of it, and I'm holding out hope that it gets published. But I was still reading like the synopsis of it, and Erika's like adventure in that book is because it says something about her mom not letting her play D&D. So like if they adapt that into the canon universe, it sounds like maybe she's not allowed to play D&D or something. That would kind of suck. Like, I hope Erika's included in season 4. I hope she has a bigger spot, because that would be awesome. But I've definitely rambled on enough about Erika. I can't help it. Like, oh, wait until like Dustin or Hopper or Steve get pulled, because I know you guys might as well just fast forward it. Anyway, okay, the picture's going down. And we're going to bust into the Erika yarn. So with the information provided, you guys have a guess of what color it might be. I kind of think it might be like pastel-y colors. Like maybe it is going to be like kind of a My Little Pony colored. Either that or red, white, and blue, because you can't spell America without Erika. But Alexi was already red, white, and blue for the slushies. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Are you guys ready? Ooh. think I was kind of right. I think, okay, this is so, there we go. I was gonna say, I think it's gonna get blown out, and right up next to the camera, it definitely did. I think that is pretty My Little Pony-ish. Like, I might have put some pink in it maybe, but like, this is like, it is white, but it's got like almost that like leftover bluish kind of color to it. And then there's obviously, you can see the purple, and this is like a really neon yellow color. Oh, I love that. Like, that might have been in one of her outfits even. Yeah, you can see how very neonish, like yellow green it is, and it fades to a yellow down here. That's gorgeous. I could definitely see Erika in that. I'll know when I Google the pictures. So if there was a picture up of her in an outfit like this, you'll know that's what it was from. Because I kind of feel like maybe this was in the color of something she wore. And if not, it's probably something meant to be like a My Little Pony color. But those are really pretty, are they not? I think that's the first neon-y color too. Except maybe there were like a few speckles in something, but that's definitely like neon stripe. And I mean, as far as purple goes, that's pretty neonish too. So I'm very happy with Erika. Oh my gosh. Like, I could get full skeins of that, and that would be gorgeous. Like, paired with something dark, especially. So pretty. And very 80s. Very 80s. What do you guys think? Do you like this one? Oh, I love it. I love the subject. I love the yarn. I love the colors of it. Yeah, I think that's a winner. I love it. Very nice. So, sorry I rambled a lot about the Erika subject, but you had to have known that was coming once I saw the yarn. Or saw the name, I mean. All right. I will not keep you any longer because I know that I can like see this is a long video, especially once I add in the clips. I bet we're going to be at an hour, if not more. So I'm going to shut up. But I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I start my 12 days of Christmas with Bella. So, yay. All right. I will see you tomorrow for that, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.